Hi, and welcome to this online information session about the importance of online reviews and how to encourage more guest reviews. My name is Avril Carter from Review Pro, and I'm looking forward to leading today's session on behalf of Tourism and Events Queensland. There's no doubt that today, more than any other time, online reviews matter and contribute meaningful user-generated content for businesses across all aspects of the tourism industry. Remember in the old days when the only way you had to assess the likely quality of an experience was to rely on marketing material produced by travel companies, hotels and tour operators, or the personal view of a travel writer? Whilst those sources are still valid and important elements of making your travel decision, today we also have the ability to make an informed decision through the experiences of those that have gone before us. Some of you may know that this is how Steve Kaufer started TripAdvisor. He was researching his own holiday to Mexico and went to a local travel agent and offered the limited options in the brochure. When he arrived in Mexico, he discovered some amazing local boutique hotels and decided to share the benefit of his own travels with others, and the trend for online reviews began. Today, reputation is made or broken online. I'm sure you have seen many statistics about the influence of guest reviews, but it's always useful to remind ourselves just how much of an influence they have on people's purchasing decisions. 92% of travellers indicate that their decisions are highly influenced by reviews and other user-generated content. How many websites do you think travellers look at before going on a trip? 38 websites is the average. Over half of consumers won't book a hotel if it has 0 reviews. It's also interesting to consider this further because now this extends to recent reviews. How many of you would book a hotel that has not had a review since January? Also, what about reviews in other languages? If a Mandarin speaker is filtering their options by language, if your business has 0 reviews in Mandarin, you may not even be in the consideration process. 68% will preference to book a room at a property that responds to reviews over a hotel that does not. We hear this all the time, anecdotally, from operators that talk to their guests while they're staying and hear the comment, "We booked with you because we love how you respond to reviews." This landmark study by Cornell University, in conjunction with Review Pro and STR Global, analysed nearly 1 million reviews over 2.5 years. They followed and tracked reputation scores alongside revenue data. The results were that a 1-point increase in a hotel's global review index, or the online reputation score, equals up to a 1.42% increase in RevPAR without affecting occupancy. We all know instinctively that operators that have a better reputation can attract higher pricing, but this study proved it. This is a quote from Brian Westwood from the YHA New Zealand group, who talks about value transparency being the idea that your perceived value is now the key driver of demand. In the past, before reviews, price was the main influence on demand. Now, because it's so easy to determine the likely experience and quality of an experience, value perception has become the main driver of demand. The more that you can improve your value perception or online reputation, the more acceptable higher prices are. There's no greater impact of reviews than the importance it plays in ultimate revenue. Smart operators are turning their reviews directly into revenue in a number of ways. Firstly, reviews can increase conversion on your own website and impact your direct business. Who wants to grow their direct business and minimise commissions and distribution costs? Publishing the guest reviews from multiple sources directly to your own website keeps visitors on your site longer, provides useful content, potentially in multiple languages, and provides transparency, authenticity, and an unbiased quality seal of your product. Let your brand ambassadors speak for you. Reviews on your website also help prevent visitors to your site potentially leaving your own site in the final step of the purchase process, That final, "I'll just check their reviews before I book" step can be averted by providing that content on your own website. Big Four holiday parks publish all reviews, good and bad, and provide filtering options so that you can even read reviews that are relevant to you, such as reading reviews from other family travellers or those that travelled in school holidays. Take it one step further and provide a direct link from your Google search to your reviews page on your own website, such as this example, the Seasons Apartment Hotel Group. Reviews can help you stand out in a search and factor in Google rankings. Are you engaging and responding to your Google reviews that are so prominent on any search for your own product? We are constantly surprised at how many operators are not even aware that they have Google reviews. Claim your reviews, engage with potential visitors, and benefit from the valuable opportunity that reviews on Google can bring. Reviews provide social content and the opportunity to engage on your Facebook platform. This example was taken from my own travel experience on a holiday last year to Sri Lanka. After checking in and posting the obligatory poolside selfie, on my return I saw this in my feed, "Help the community by writing a review." I had particularly enjoyed my stay at this hotel and had every intention to write a review, but I'd got back to work and forgotten, like many people. Being reminded was a great prompt, and I gladly completed my review. And the hotel replied within 7 hours across time zones, which was pretty impressive best practice. Remember that review sites are constantly evolving. Over the last 1 to 2 years, we've seen review volume grow in general and also some staggering growth in review volume on both Google and Facebook. Not surprisingly, due to their knowledge that user-generated content positively impacts user experience. Stay on top of changes and maintain your engagement on the sites that are providing important volumes of feedback and that are the most popular for travellers to read. Reviews affect your ranking on many sites, not just TripAdvisor. Google, for example, include these same elements in the algorithm of your Google ranking. Have a strategy to continually focus on increasing your review volume and remember these 3 key factors that affect ranking: recency, quality, and quantity. The importance of reviews is ultimately going to affect your ability to perform to your optimum. The battle is pretty much won or lost depending on whether you exceed guest expectations, regardless of what type of tourism operator you are, what level of budget you're accommodating. Guest expectations and reviews go hand in hand, and your ability to prioritise guest feedback, act on it, and improve your overall guest experience is critical to success. Now we're going to look at ways to increase review volume. Before you ask for an online review, make sure you create an experience worth talking about. Remarkable literally means worth remarking about. Does your guest experience live up to that standard? If not, what creative amenities or features could you offer? Ensure your marketing materials accurately reflect the experience you offer. Avoid setting unreal expectations in advertising. Marketing communications should follow a policy of under-promising and over-delivering. The majority of positive guest reviews come when guests are pleasantly surprised by what they receive. Finally, of course, get the right team in place. Businesses that earn the best reviews tend to place a strong emphasis on recruiting the right people and encouraging them to work to exceptional standards. When is the best time to ask for a review? During the checkout process is the best time to ask, since positive memories from their stay are still fresh. Your staff can ask if the guest had a positive experience. If they did, encourage them to share their thoughts on a review site of their choice. Leaving a sign in a prominent location will also serve to remind guests that you value their opinion. Many operators send an email after guests check out or after their experience to thank them. Consider placing a link to review sites within this message, or for business travels, email them the invoice and include a link to review. What about when someone says something positive about your business? This is a great opportunity to direct them to review sites. You need these stories to be told online as a way of benefiting others. Don't be shy. If someone leaves a very positive feedback on a comment card, don't let the feedback stay on paper. Contact the guests by email or telephone and ask them to consider sharing their thoughts with others online. Engage with guests on social media channels. Pay attention to what they're saying about you and ask if they'd mind repeating any positive comments on a review. Many operators ask, how can I encourage reviews on a specific OTA? You may have hundreds of reviews on one website, but if the most important revenue channels are elsewhere, it's important to encourage reviews on those booking sites too. Many OTAs only allow reviews to be written for purchases made through their own website, so you may consider testing a special offer to raise interest in that channel, or even purchasing a sponsored listing on the site for additional visibility. The other common question is, can I offer guests incentives to leave favourable reviews? Put simply, the answer is no. Giving away incentives in exchange for reviews can give the impression that you might have offered incentives with all reviewers, negating authenticity. Finally, one of the most effective ways to grow review volume is to use a review collection program within your own guest survey. These programs sit within your automated guest survey and are placed at the end of the survey so that after the guest has provided you with some direct feedback, they have the simple option to complete a review for you, either on TripAdvisor or Google. As we saw earlier, Google reviews have become increasingly prominent and are growing in volume and importance. They appear everywhere in the client searches. Using a Google review collection widget embedded in your survey helps you get more Google reviews, enhancing your listings across the Google network. So finally, just some key takeaways from this session. To summarise, firstly, value transparency. Remember that value perception equals demand. Also, that your reputation is made or broken online. Remember how you can turn reviews into revenue. And put in place a strategy to grow review volume. So thank you for attending this session. I hope it was useful. This session is recorded and will be available to listen to again. Thank you very much for your time.